Looking for a place that does it all? Maldini's by the River serves mouth-watering breakfasts, pasta, pizzas, and more, plus amazing coffee and cocktails. They hit the spot every single time. You're planning a special event? Well, their private function room and versatile restaurant are the perfect place for any celebration. Good food, good friends, good times, Maldini's. Welcome back to Life in 5, the show where we dive into the 5 key moments that have shaped some of the most interesting people in sport, media, and the entertainment world. I'm MG, and today's guest is one of the most passionate players to ever pull on an NRL jersey and any other jersey, because he is just passion personified. From origin battles to a fairy tale return at Belmore, his heart-on-sleeve style made him a cult hero. It brings me great pleasure to introduce this week's guest to Life in 5, Joshy J.R. Reynolds. J.R.
How are you, mate?
Mate, so good to have you on board. How's retirement treating you?
It's good. Just before we start, I'm glad that I reread the text yesterday because I was thinking you were giving me 5 photos.
That's what he said. He said to me, I sent him back, I said, mate, where are these photos? He goes, I thought you were showing me 5 photos I've got to react to.
And I was just reacting to him. But I'm glad because it's a great concept. I actually love it. I told my partner today, she's like, that's cool. No one really does that. So, mate, life after retirement, it's pretty good, mate. I'm pretty lucky. I still work at the Dogs, which is awesome. And then I suppose if we'd be here for about 30 minutes explaining all the fingers in pies that I've got.
Yeah, you've got to, but because all of a sudden when you do retire, things open up, and I think what my kind of rationale was when I retired, I said I'm not going to say no to anything.
Yeah.
And just see what I like.
Yep.
Is that kind of how you are, like in the media? And
yep.
You loving the media?
Yeah, I love it. I do. I love calling the games. I enjoy talking about the game. I love it. I love footy. You know, some people say, aren't you over it? Oh, definitely overplaying it. Yeah. Absolutely. But talking about it, no way. I get excited Fridays, Saturdays now when I just, you know, when I'm not working, just to go to my mate's house and be the guy on the couch now, you know, and I always love it. There's never been a day where I've gone, you know what, I don't want to watch Super Saturday today.
No, me either.
Because I love it.
Oh, it's in our blood. It's what we do. It's, you know, it gives us everything we've got to this moment. Like rugby league, without rugby league, what would I wouldn't be here with you.
Yeah. No, exactly right, mate. And that's where, you know, we were speaking about before, the world we're in now and podcasting, and it's just gives us opportunities to keep talking about it. And we don't mind a little clip here and there, mate. So, but no, honestly, like it's cool. Like I think, mate, and I hope that, you know, I feel as a young guy, I always understood that footy it had an end date, and everyone sort of knows that, but if I talk to any young guy now and I speak about footy, I love it because they love footy, young guys now, but I always say, you're thinking about, I know you don't have to fully think about it. Say you're thinking 90% footy, 10% after. Yep. Just think 10%. Yeah. Just think 10% after because, you know, I told you for the Bulldogs, the relationships I've you know, made over my footy time is my bosses now. Yeah. And that's literally, you know, a lesson learned. Be good to people. Don't burn bridges. It's just, I just feel people will be good back to you after footy.
Were you like me that you kind of made the decision pretty easily because you knew you didn't want to do another off-season?
Yeah, especially with Cameron Serrato.
Oh, like, I guess that point, though, like I was 32, and I went, you know what, I think I could do another one, but I don't think I could, if you know what I mean. So my heart really wasn't in it. And
that's what it was like. And when I say that with Serrato, I back in my day, I used to love fitness. I'd go after it, and I would have loved the Bulldogs training now because it's hard every day, and I love that. Challenge yourself every single day, and it's only going to make you better. But there was a time the year when I retired that, you know, they did look after me a little bit, and I hated that. But your body can't do it. No. But there was a day where I got asked to do something, and my first thought was to take a shortcut. Okay. And then I knew. That's it. That's me. It wasn't even, you know, people say on the field. Mine was just training because I feel that arena was where I.
Well, training's the hard part of being a professional sports person. Playing the game is actually the reward.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
So when you start thinking about training and I don't want to fucking train. Yep. That's when you give it away.
Yeah.
Your first photo is a beauty. Obviously, this is an emotional one because it's your pop.
Yep.
And Nan. tell us when this was, JR, and why does this mean so much to you?
Yeah, it's crazy to see me as a teenager. Geez, I need some, what's it called, Roaccutane back there.
What's that?
Look at the pimples, mate. Terrible. And the big stud. But no. So, yeah,
that is an earring, yeah.
That is a stud.
In the right ear.
I had the double.
Oh, yeah, the double, yeah. Ronaldo.
Obviously, growing up in Belmore, it's sort of normal to have that to blend in. But no, on a serious note, my pop was, he was always a guy that I wanted to, he was my toughest critic, mate. Like, very, very harsh. You know, in your family, when they watch you play a game, they blow smoke up your ass no matter what.
Well, mum usually does.
Yep.
The women of your family usually do. It's the dad to go, oh, didn't give any touches.
Yeah.
I mean, you got 3, 2, or 1 out of the Dally M's.
Yep.
But he still wasn't happy.
Exactly.
He scored 4 tries.
Yep. And I just used to, I don't know what it was. I just always used to try and,
please him,
make him happy. And it was that. I think honestly, that's what gave me that, I suppose, competitive edge. I really think it, because there wasn't a day where I didn't want to impress him somehow when I was a young kid. My mum used to say it all the time. She said he'd love the races, and every Saturday he'd be there watching the races, and I'd walk past and try and do something or say something to him, and he'd be like, get out of here, mate. Like, I'm trying to, but I was just trying to constantly impress him. And, mate, it's a bit sad that I suppose he didn't get to see me play, but I'm sure he was watching over everything I'd done, and I just constantly used to think, like, the one thing I loved about him was he never made me feel sorry for myself. He never let me play the victim. And I actually hold that in high regard, because there's days where we all feel a bit sorry for ourselves. And he was just like, mate, do not, because there's so many worse people off out there. And it's
So obviously he was a big male influence in where was your dad in all this?
Yeah, so dad was around, mate. Like, don't get me wrong.
Not as.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. It wasn't that I didn't want to impress my dad either. I just don't think my dad was as hard on me. You know what I sort of mean? Like, I think
I do, yeah.
Because my pop was, you want to impress him. Like, he's someone that I want to go in there and I want him to. He doesn't have to just say something, And like you said, after games, and my nan would be like, "Oh, don't worry, like, you were great," and I'd be like, and that's where I actually think I was pretty harsh on myself in my career a lot, and whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, I just feel it was always
got it from Pop.
Yeah,
and this is obviously it looks like an Instagram story that you've saved.
Yep.
Is this after he's passed? Or,
yeah,
and
yeah.
How did that happen?
So that was my 18th birthday, and he didn't pass too long after that, so he didn't get to obviously see me play. No. And that's what made me a bit sad. Him and, I was very close to his son, my uncle, as well. He passed away really young with cancer, which sucked, because they were both love sport as well. And I was at their house a lot, and it really made me sad, and it probably gave me a lot of that's what made me want to get
Bit
there.
Of fire in the belly.
Yeah, because it's just like, I'm not letting them not see me from wherever they are.
Yeah.
So I always had him in the back of my mind, mate, and I'd ask myself why, because he's so harsh on you. But it was more the reasons he was doing it, because, man, understanding growing up, you're the same, mate. We grew up in areas where there's people that are really struggling, mate. And he always just constantly reminded me of that. And I'm a plumber by trade. I'd done an apprenticeship. I made sure I'd done those hard yards. It's honestly because of him.
What's his name?
Gary.
Gaz.
Yeah. So.
Gaz, I know you're watching, mate. You've your grandson. He's done you proud, brother. So he'll be up there, mate, saying, "There's the JR." Oh, here we go. Photo number 2. Here we go. This is where shit gets real.
Yeah.
Story of the 2012 and 2014 Bulldogs, episode 1. This was a little bit of a series. Des Hasler, talk about this photo and why you've picked this as a discussion point today.
Well, it was more, I was actually trying to find a photo of Des and I, but I couldn't find one. But this was the year that Des come to the club, and it was actually the year that I feel, me personally, I finally believed in myself properly. Coming through the grades, mate, I was thereabouts. I reckon I got into teams because I trained hard.
Yep.
And I always had the utility tag. And you don't want that. Like, even though you're in the teams, you want to.
Is that true? Like, I've never.
Yeah.
That's interesting, because I thought to be called a utility would be fantastic, because you can play anywhere. So you're always going to be in the 13.
Yeah, but you wouldn't start a lot.
Okay.
Like, you're always cover. You'd always be on the bench because it's like if someone
hooker,
goes
5'8",
down,
half, yep, lock.
you're always there. But I think once you get to a certain age, mate, you want to be starting side.
Yep.
Everyone wants to start, and I think coming through and having those, I had a couple of really good years in Premier League, but just couldn't really crack it still. But then, you know, Des come in. Gimme Dimmick actually gave him my debut. He just used to love the style and the rat baggy sort of
So
in
who
your
was before
face.
Des? Who coached before Des?
Kevin Moore.
Kevin Moore.
Yeah, and then interim was Jimmy.
Yep.
And then that little interim.
And then where's Dean Pay and all this?
After Des.
Desi,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Wow.
Oh, it might have even been Trent Barrett, then Dean Pay. Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Yeah, so but in that little gap where, you know, I think I got 10 games at the back end of the season with Jimmy, which was great. Debut season, but utility off the bench and this and that, and then
Filling, yep.
yeah, just filling in, and that it was a weird time in my career because I didn't have a deal signed. Bulldogs had just signed Trent Hodgkinson and Chris Keating, both at the peak of their powers.
Yep.
So I was just like, sort of that same mentality. I love the Bulldogs, don't want to leave, but I didn't have anything else, and no one at the club at that time, I don't think actually probably thought I was going to be a long-term first grader,
Origin player.
which is also fine though.
Yeah.
But I had a meeting, called me in. Obviously,
Des,
hear stories about Des. You hear that he's hard, and you hear he's a bit awkward and whatever. But I remember mine was quick. I walked in. He said to me, "How you going, mate? Nice to meet you." And he sort of said, I just want to let you know you're a 5'8". And from that day on, like, I don't know what it was.
You probably sprouted wings.
I did. I honestly did, mate. And I clearly remember it. You know, it wasn't gone are the days where it's funny with the whole utility thing. You're at training, but you're doing reps. But where do I do reps?
True.
You know, like it's a bit of an awkward thing.
Well, I mean, different if it's an Origin.
Different.
Your utility because but the club, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
And you know how it is, mate. You're starting prop. You give the other bloke one rep or here or there, but you want to be the man, like you want to be the guy. And I think from that day on, it just, I don't know what it was, or I got a little bit lucky injury wise because, you know, Hocko did get injured in 12, but once I sort of got that opportunity, he just knew how to get me going. And and he always did. And he's got the Bulldog supporters aren't massive on Des. And
right.
And it's
I've known Desi for a long, long time. He is probably one of the top three blokes I met in the game. I toured with him in 1990. I played against him in the late 80s, early 90s, made Origin with him. And out of all the blokes I've met, he's on the podium of best blokes.
It's a big call.
Oh, he's such a good bloke.
Yeah.
And I watch it from afar now. I watch the recent thing with the Titans, and I'm thinking, well, if I don't know if Desi had to do something different, because I've never had him as a coach, but as a bloke, as a dead set bloke, like I'd have him in my corner every day of the week.
But you would also know the other side of Des that the media does, that no one really sees.
No one sees it. Like Kangaroo Tours, when he's sitting in a room playing cards, drinking cups of tea with Johnny Lewis and Dale Shearer, and that was the room to go to when you wanted to have a stress-free, time on the Kangaroo Tour.
Yeah.
Because Rowdy was there, Rowdy Shearer, Desi was there, and Johnny Lewis, the three wise men.
Yeah.
And that was the pacifier room.
Yeah. But the thing is as well, it's like, I love that he didn't care. Like, he didn't care what the media thinks of him. Because, and what he used to do was like protect us.
Players,
because that's because you think he's doing all this weird stuff and saying quirky things, and everyone's going, "What is wrong with this bloke?" But
he's playing a role.
He protected us, man.
Yeah.
And it was because, like, Bulldogs is a big club. There's always people. You look at it right now, mate. There's always people going after the Bulldogs.
Yep.
Every day in the paper.
Yeah.
Bulldogs this, Bulldogs that. There's agendas, there's this, there's that, and I think he done a really good job at protecting us from that and let us play footy.
Photo number 3 is obviously everyone who pulls on the boots as a youngster has aspirations to help those that have helped us.
Yep.
I take it this is your first foray into the property market, and it was for your mum.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Nah, mate, this was yeah. If I could tell you, like,
You're only a baby there.
I've actually got my hair's all right there.
And is that a knee brace in your hand, or?
So I done me. I had a Rico shoulder Rico, so it's my thing. But obviously, carrying on a bit, taking it off. But mate, it's I don't even. It's hard now because I've had so many proud moments away from footy now. For me, footy was awesome, man. It was everything. But at the same time, my mum and my family meant everything to me, and my family now mean everything. My own family now. But there was never. I felt I don't know why, but I always felt a bit of guilt towards my mum. Just to like, I used to see her work 2 jobs, and we'd be having steaks every night. She's having toast, and when you're a young kid, you don't get it. You don't get it. And then when you finally start figuring it out, you just think, wow, it's not fair.
No,
why she not wasted, but it's like she doesn't get to be herself in her life because she was just worried about me and making sure I got to reach my dream. And so I always just made it. I made a pact to myself that, I feel from a young age I actually understood property, and I've always loved it. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna buy a house, but even before I get a little bit ahead, because you got to buy and you got to wait and how it all works. So I wanted to build something out the back for her, and mate, she was there for I think 10 or so years, and I just every single day, honestly, if I was ever doubting myself or this or that is sort of what I'd go back to. I really would, just because I just knew that I was doing something good for
it's every kid's dream to be able to provide for their parents who have done it. Like, I mean, a lot of sports people who are watching this would be saying, man, my mum and dad, wow, if I could have done what you've done. And I'd done it as well. I was, one of the proudest moments was, buying that house and saying, there you move in for your mum and dad. I'll do it 100 times again for your family.
Yeah.
Like, what are we without them?
Exactly. Like, we wouldn't be where we are without, I suppose, the sacrifices that they make. And it's just, I just wish she would understand, because she doesn't get it. She doesn't understand why sometimes. Like, she just, she's always trying to go out of her way to be like, oh, you do this for me. Yeah, but I don't do it for that. It's just because you've already done the part. You've already given up so much. So now it's your turn to enjoy it, and it's time for me to be able to do it. But she's a very selfless person. Like, it's probably, it leads into a couple of my other photos.
Well, 3B of that photo, that house photo. This is we've gone from 3A to 3B. This is tell us your mum's name. Tell us what this photo is about, and tell us how much pride you have when you bring this to the table.
Yeah, well, this is her name's Nicole Reynolds. She's it's just funny because she was a part of the whole ride, mate, and this was actually my last ever game at Belmore.
Wow, didn't that go off?
Well,
what the hell?
If James Graham's listening, just to confirm, I know I had a few send-offs. This is my first time. He lets me know that I had about 36 send-offs. This is the first time.
Is that when the crowd was ballistic at Belmore?
Yeah, and that was for many reasons.
That's after playing Tigers?
No, this is before.
Before the Tigers.
Yeah, so this is when it was playing Newcastle.
Okay.
We won on the buzzer. And the people, they just stormed the field. And while I was doing a Matty Johns interview I just remember going like, these people are on the field, and the boys even, you could tell them, they were like, mate, get out of there. But it was obviously they were just, and
well, that's what just as a sidebar. Everyone was, obviously Alex Johnson hasn't done it this year, but next year he would break the record from 212 tries.
Yeah,
and they're all saying, don't run the field. Like, come on.
Yeah,
I mean, one of my fondest memories as a non-AFL player or fan is watching Plugger Lockett when he kicked the 1,300th goal, and Buddy Franklin when he kicked 1,000 in a year.
Yeah.
And the crowd just went bang, and for 5 minutes they go off. Like, that'd be great to see Alex Johnson rewarded for breaking such a big record.
Well, can I say, mate, obviously I didn't get to win a comp, which burns me, mate, playing into a grand final. That would have obviously been my best ever if I got to win one. But my best ever moment in my career is winning the 14 Origin series. But my second best moment is that night.
Wow.
And it's weird because it was the hardest decision of my life. I never wanted to leave the Bulldogs. I just remember I could see in that photo how much of an impact it had on both of us, because she used to work at the Bulldogs shop. My whole family was a part of the club, and for whatever circumstances, and look, people say, yeah, but you got better money, this and that. But people who know me,
You didn't want to go.
know that I really wanted to stay. I tried everything. I really tried everything, but it just wasn't meant to be, and that's fine because that's footy. But that night where, you know, there's all people there. Every person I see in the crowd, it's like the local barber.
Yeah.
It's I know them all, mate, and they're the ones that have stormed the field. But this is why I feel I had a really good connection with the Canterbury fans because did I win games for them?
Yes.
No. Well, maybe a couple here or there, but did I set up 10 tries? Did I set the world on fire? No, but I feel they always knew that I was trying my very best to represent the Bulldogs. And
that's well said.
Did sometimes I cross the line and other people would be like, this bloke's a flog, but they'd always have my back because they knew that I would always put the jersey first.
You played it a lot like a player I used to play with in my team, Steve Carter. Steve Carter was just, we called him the hound dog. You know, they call you the grub on the footy field. I mean, with term of endearment, really, because every time that you went on the field, like Steve Carter, you knew that he was going to give, if there was any such thing as 110%, he was going to, but it was 100% every game. And he would get in the, excuse me, he'd get in the other, 5'8" or centre or wherever he was in the back line. He'd get in their face and make sure of it. And that was you.
Yeah.
And the fans loved that.
Yeah, and that's what, it's funny because, there's been, I get a little bit like embarrassed at times. Just because, we got guys that, there's guys that have won multiple comps. There's guys that have done 1,000 more games than me and whatever. But when I feel I speak to people, they're like, "Nah, man, you were us, man. You were." But I love that because I grew up there. I understand the people. I understand they're a hardworking.
Yep.
It's a hardworking place, and I just feel that's why I connected because I feel that's how I got to where I am, and I love it, man. I'll never forget where I come from. My mum still lives there. I'm always there, and it's a cool place.
That's why you are who you are. You never forget where you come from. That's so important. And this photo number 4. Well, this is it, man. This is when you the footy's gone, long gone, and you go home and it's lonely not being in the dressing room. This is what you got. This is your. Are you married? Fiance.
A month.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, so by the time this is, you probably will be after the time this is aired.
Yeah.
So you're married.
I'm married. I am. I'll put it on there. I'll put me through on the other finger. But no, yeah, mate. This is.
Tell us all about this beautiful woman.
Yeah, it's funny, mate. Like I just don't even know where to start because I went through some bullshit with someone that was very evil and pretty much tore my heart out, mate, to be honest, and in front of everyone, in front of the world. And I got taken everything that shouldn't be taken from someone to want to have a family. And mate, I'm not the best person in the world. I'm whatever, but if you're good to me, I'll be good back to you, and I'll love you. And I feel I've got a lot of love to give people. I really do, mates, everyone.
Oh, yeah.
I feel that was my role in life. I really do. I feel like bringing people together is something I love doing, and I honestly was really after all that, mate. I was broken. I was gone. I ruined my footy career. To be honest, the back end of my Tigers was not great because of this, and I'm not.
No,
it's just what, mate, with stress and off-field stuff, I couldn't get back into it. I couldn't find my groove again. I was chasing my Bulldogs. I was constantly chasing that feeling of the Bulldogs.
Yep.
And then I honestly thought I just never would find anyone again because I just thought I was too broken inside. And mate, it was a weird one. We met on the social media. That's just how everyone meets these days, I guess. But it was at a time where I was in England.
Okay.
So,
playing for
Hull.
Hull.
I was at Hull FC. So I was Tigers.
Yep.
Went to Hull. There for the first year by myself, and it's pretty lonely, mate, over there.
It is.
COVID.
Oh.
So I just.
It gets dark at 3 p.m.
Tough, but then I feel.
Was she English?
No, she's not. So she was here. So this is the whole thing. It was. I sort of latched onto her in a sense, but over the internet, and we spoke for a long time, and she was my comfort over there, and didn't even know her. So
that's amazing.
It was a pretty cool story. And then I come back for Christmas, and we finally met, and I just knew straight away, I'd never felt like that before.
No.
Because I never thought I would feel like that ever again because my trust was broken in every sense of the matter.
Yeah.
Everything. I honestly was, but she you know what I love about her? Like, she's got no idea about footy. She loves me for me, and she
what's her name?
Sian Reynolds now, mate. Yeah, I just love how she.
So how long have you two been together for now?
It'll be about 4 years now.
4 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
that's fantastic that you met on Instagram.
So we met on Instagram. Well, there's a big debacle.
Who's slid into whose DMs?
Well, this is it. I've got a bit of a foggy memory, but I reckon it was me.
It was you after not the piss. You go,
scrolling through. No, but it's a funny story. But I think just on that, I've never felt more comfortable in my own skin because of her. I know that sounds crazy because
that's the ultimate, mate. That's the ultimate compliment to Sian.
I feel safe every time I'm next to her. She's like never. It's crazy. I'm getting feeling, but she just never lets me forget things that I've done and stuff, which is also nice. And because like I like to play it down a bit. I like to think that our relationship's a little bit separate to what I've ever done, but she also loves to bring it right back in. And mate, she's my best friend, and it's all I've ever wanted in life, to be honest.
Well, it might be all you've ever wanted, because this last photo of yours is exactly what life is all about. Talk about a circle of life. Here you are with Sian and the bub. Tell us all about your bub. Tell us about how old she is now and what's it like being a dad.
Oh man, you really get me here, mate. When you sort of asked me and I had to scramble for those photos, I was, I think I suppose if everyone understands what I went through and how it all happened, and to be able to see that photo now, like it's, man, it's crazy, mate. It's, I told you I didn't. I mean, Pop never let me feel sorry for myself, but she had to go through like IVF and stuff, mate. And this is why a lot of people go through it, man. Don't get me wrong, but I just felt with how it happened, and I thought I was having a family a long time ago, and I just thought it might have been a bit easier, but it wasn't meant to be. But it wasn't my time to be tough. It was hers, and man, she pricked herself every day, and then little Lenny comes along, and
Lenny,
Lenora, her name is, and
that's beautiful,
mate. She just
how old's Lenny now?
She's 10 months now, and
what about that age?
She's every bit of Reynolds. Let's just say that if I'm a grub, she's a little grublet already. some of it, mate. She's got like so much attitude, and I love it. I love. I honestly, you know what I love, what she's done for me, mate. Everything I used to do was, I've always wanted, every day I feel there's an opportunity to, grow, and there's always opportunities out there. And you know what, mate, I don't care what anyone says, but we're always thinking about how to make a bit of extra cash and this and that. But right now, my day literally revolves about getting home early enough to be able to spend some time with Lenny. And mate, I'd love to have some more kids eventually and whatever.
Well, at
because
56 years of age, which I am now, and I've done it all, I can honestly say that money doesn't buy happiness.
Yep.
That does.
Yeah.
That's what buys happiness.
Literally.
A family that loves you unconditionally, and then you go home to them every night, and they kiss you and cuddle you for you being you.
Yep. And that's it's funny, isn't it, mate, what we do with footy and everything we go through. When you play, people kiss your ass, man.
Of course.
They kiss your ass. They want to be a part of you. When you're done, no one cares, which is good, you know what? I don't mind that, but they always are happy for me to be home. And that's all I need, man.
Has she started to walk yet?
That's all I need.
Lenny?
No, she's not.
Almost.
But she's ready.
Yeah.
But she's so like fidgety. She doesn't stop. Like a few of my mates have had babies as well in the last. They just sit there and watch. But she's like going off, mate. So she's going to be crazy. But my mum says, "Well,
put the gates up.
What do you expect?" Yeah.
Right, now it's time for Gimme 5. 5 little questions that you answer in only the way you can. And we'll start with What is your favourite band of all time, Mr. Reynolds?
Well, I'm not going to go band, mate. I'm into a bit of rap. I love Tupac.
Tupac?
Yeah,
Wow,
love him.
Shakir.
Yeah, my uncle spoke about it, who passed away. He loved it. Like he was very.
He was 25 when he got shot.
It's crazy, man. Like if you've obviously done like it's a crazy like full blown gangsters.
East vs West, yeah.
It's but people like I think people don't
Still
really
going on
understand that it's real. Like it's real. They just think it's all for the music. It's crazy, mate. And yeah, I love him.
Is your favourite song one of his, or is it?
Yeah, changes. Yeah,
changes. Yeah. Wow.
Oh, it's just.
Is it when do I don't know how it's changed, but when I was playing, I had a Walkman, back then. Press it down with a tape recorder in it, and I'd put on Pat Benatar, all fired up as I walked out. Like, so the 2-minute warning would go on the thing. I'd put my headphones on and go, right, I've got 2 minutes to get myself up before I walk out.
Yep.
So I'd put it on, and just as the drop comes, all fired up, I'd go, come on! And then I'd be ready.
Yeah.
Is that similar? Do you say, because these days they have music rooms, don't they?
Oh, mate, it's blaring.
I know.
You can't.
What if you don't like that music, but?
Bad luck.
Oh,
yeah.
Fuck.
I used to wear a do-rag.
What's that?
The thing about
Tupac?
I'm joking. He goes, what? Are you serious? Before the games.
That puts you in the mode. What about, what's your favourite TV series of all time?
Oh, man, that is tough because I love Netflix.
So do I.
I love just zoning in.
That's the best. When Lenny would go to bed, then you and your missus would just chill in the lounge and watch it. Yeah, it's
the best. Oh, man. It's tough. I'm probably going to have to say Suits.
Suits, yeah.
Suits.
My boys love Suits.
I love a bit of...
Yeah.
I love crime.
Yeah. And
I love
corporate crime.
How they solve it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the big dogs.
Yeah.
Not like the little, petty
like
stuff.
Succession and that. Like it's...
Great. Yeah. That's a good show.
I'm late to the party. I've only just started... I'm in my fourth year of Breaking Bad.
Great show.
Isn't that a great show?
That's up there. So that's what I mean. It's hard for me to say Suits because I've got to be.
Ozark's a good one.
I've got about 10 that
Landman.
Close. Oh, that was recent. That was great as well. It's tough, but I think in the end, Suits. It's just you know what I love? I don't love it because I think it's normal to do it. They're always drinking whiskey or.
It makes you want to do it.
They come in here and they're drinking.
That's like Yellowstone.
But then they're sculling it. It's like you can't like it that much.
Like they'll go, yeah, want a scotch? And they go.
This is
how they're not rattled.
At 11 a.m. We're at 5 and we're like
we've had 4 schooners. And okay, just another change now. Except for rugby league, what's your favourite other sport?
NFL.
Who's your team?
Philly.
Ah,
love it.
Eagles.
I'm obsessed. Like I've always loved it.
In what way obsessed?
Like watching documentaries of Tom Brady's, like how he breaks down defenses,
fantasy league and stuff.
Yeah, you know what, mate? I pulled myself out of a fantasy league this year. You know why? Because last year I was turning into an
armchair critic.
I was, and
that's why I don't do Supercoach here with NRL because I watch the game differently.
You do. You watch your player.
We ain't getting offload. I don't want to watch it like that way.
That's what I was turning into. But mate, I've loved them. Once again, my uncle, same thing. He used to watch it and I used to watch it with him when I was young. But I loved Michael Vick when he played for Philly. That's what got me onto Philly because he was the first quarterback that started running.
Yeah.
Like he started, and I was just like, man, this guy's cool. And then that's when he was at Philly, and that's sort of how it stuck with me now.
It's only just recently started, so I can't wait for the Super Bowl in February.
You into it? Or?
Yeah, kind of. I was, 49ers and the Houston Oilers. I used to like Warren Moon. But I watch it if it's on.
Yeah,
I'll watch it, but I'm not. No, like English Premier League soccer.
Yeah,
I'm kind of. If it's on the screen, I'll watch it, but I'm not rampant.
Yeah. So I'm waking up at If Philly on at 3, I'm on.
I'm like that with you. I'm like that with UFC.
Got a couple of them.
I'm like that with UFC. If there's UFC card in Brazil,
you love UFC.
I'll get up 2 a.m. to watch it.
Who's your man, UFC?
Oh man, at the moment it's probably this Tom Aspinall, the big heavyweight who's and darts at the moment. If darts is on somewhere in the world, I'll go up and watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Darts.
Darts.
You play?
Yeah, I've got a board at home. Yeah.
Oh,
All the mates come over. We have a few drinks.
The great Glenn Cox has told me about the darts.
Yeah.
He's told me about the darts nights, actually. He goes, he talks. He goes, I'm going to get you there one night. I'm going to get you there.
Honestly, mate, we get over, we have a drink, we get some pizza, we have some darts.
I've been training MGs, mate. I've been training hard. When he rings me, it makes me happy.
Yeah, me too.
He's a guy that makes you happy.
He's been my manager for 12 years now. He's the best bloke of all time.
One of the greats.
Okay, number 5, your death row meal. You've just you've been cooking meth in your mum's new house you bought for her, like Walter White.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you go to jail. What's your last ever meal on this planet?
And I've said this before. Siama partner is like, how boring, but give me pizza and pasta every day.
Same.
Tough to beat, mate.
Same.
Every Friday, like
kebabs.
Like,
You
why
like
don't
kebabs?
we mix it up? I love kebabs, but it's not beating.
No, pizza and pasta.
Just my favourite.
Yep.
And I actually love cooking, so
Yep.
I do my best, but it's not. I would never cook my. Well, you wouldn't think you'd cook your last death row meal yourself, but.
And what are you washing it down with? What do you? I mean, it's your last drink, so what do you?
I'm a Coke
hangover?
just a Coke Zero guy.
No, you gotta have alcohol.
Nah, because I can't eat and drink. I only can have wine. I'm having a nice red.
Oh yeah, wink, wink.
But no, I'm not. I can't have beers. I just can't do it.
I'm with you.
It's my stomach.
Yeah, I'm with you. I can't drink beer. Well, that's fucking been an awesome 5. That's been an awesome 5 photos of you, and I really love the fact that you're transparent like you always are on the footy field. This is your Life in 5, Josh Reynolds.
Thank you, mate.
And on behalf of Lily Pilly Wines, that red wine, the Shiraz, and the Sauv Blanc, on behalf of Lily Pilly, brother.
Beautiful, mate. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, JR.
I might have to. Hopefully, I never have to have a death row, but I might wash it
You
down
won't,
with a Lily Pilly. Thank you, mate.
Love you, buddy.